we have a comic book flea market haul. Up next on this video from Bronxville Comics. Hello, panelologists. This is Jim from Bronxville Comics coming to you with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the description of this video. Also, in the description of this video, on Saturday, November 1st, in the Bronx, there's going to be a show I'm setting up at. Streetside Anthony and Lone Wolf Comics are coordinating it. So I'm going to leave the flyer and the link to get, you can get early bird tickets there. So come on in, say hello. And if you're in the Bronx area on Saturday, hope to see you there. So let's just quickly go through. I went to the flea market. Now, I kind of always talk about slab, save, sell, spec. I essentially have, I think out of what I grabbed here, I have one book to slab and one book to save. The rest are, books I picked up for resale because, always looking for inventory. And I like to look for stuff that's a little bit offbeat, not beat up if necessarily, but, those genres like romance and war and Western and such that you don't always see. And I like to put those together in one Whatnot show. And then there are collectors of those. They're few and far between, but somebody will come in. There's one person on Whatnot. They often stop in the show. You have any romance? Yeah, and I'll see them in other shows. So here's like a one-stop shopping for people who are into those genres. But it takes a while for me to put together enough books to make sense to run a show. So let's just go through. First vendor I went to. Well, actually, let's just take a quick look around the flea market. So we're here. People are still loading up their wares. Evidently, often when one sells here, it takes a while to get processed and all. So, hope is that I'm here. It's right about 8 o'clock. It's just before 8 a.m. That you find someone who's just first taking their stuff out of the truck. What do we got over there? Let's take a look right here. Maybe not. Nope, nothing yet. A lot of action figures. See them, they're always set up with video games, but not comic books.
Hey Jim, what's up, man?
How's it going? Seems to me it's too nice a morning for this much empty space. There's no rain in the forecast, so I imagine it's just a little early. The first table I found 5 books. $5 books, nothing special, especially special, but you want to pick up enough for it to be worth your time, and it smells like weed. Oh boy. Let's see. Here we go. Might have anything interesting. All right. We're not going to be interested in Joker 2. Maybe some of these Charltons. Yeah, Charlton Romance. Let's take a look. I got a couple of these. Let's see if they're in decent condition. I would agree. Okay. Let's go through some of those. Black Hawk. That's cool. Pinky and Egghead. I have no idea what that is. Love Diary. Okay, let's take a look. Early Star Spangled Enemy Ace. Captain Savage. Oh, that's a good one. I think I'll take it. Okay, we're going to look at conditions on these.
That one needs work.
So there you have it. It was a crisp, sunny fall morning. When I got home, I went back to sleep and I crashed for several hours. But anyway, what did I pick up? First was dollar books. I picked up this. This is A-Next number 4. It's the first appearance of American Dream. It is in a newsstand. And ironically, I picked this up in the Meadowlands where the American Dream Mall is. I don't know if that makes any sense. I picked this up. I think I have this. It's kind of lower grade, but it's a 100-page Shazam. So I always love the 100 pages, the variety of story in there. And I usually, the next 3 books, I'll pick up newsstands if they're in decent shape of Uncanny X-Men or Amazing Spider-Man. So this is Uncanny 318, 363, and 364. Then the next vendor I went to, they had, I see him there all the time. So I picked out, actually, I thought it was 37 books. When I got home, it was 38, but one of them was missing like 3 wraps or something. The conditions varied. But 38 books, it was $100. So less than $3 a book. Some hits, some misses. This was in my most recent CGC population report. The top book, this is a 1989 book from Revolutionary Comics. It's Rock and Roll Comics #1 with Guns N' Roses. I just thought that would be a fun pickup. I always like to pick up good reprints. I like to use these as giveaways because they're great stories. A 12-cent Archie's Girls, Betty and Veronica 151, where Veronica has a switchboard operator in her own home. An 80-page giant of Our Army at War 164. That's pretty cool. There was quite a bit of romance there. Charlton, I Love You, I Love You, number 85. I love you, darling, but... And there was also a bit of war. I think this is the one that's missing several wraps. And Our Fighting Forces 88. For Lovers Only 77. I'm going to die, darling. Promise me you'll find another wife and be happy again. I wanted him, but not this way. I promise. Then there was something more modern. Transformers Generations 2. A nice checkerboard GI Combat with a Joe Kubert cover. This is issue number 122. This is kind of beat up. I think the cover's detached on this one. Marvel's My Love 16. A tennis cover. Sometimes even the winner can lose. Why? Why must I choose between loyalty and love? This is a cool cover. I think it's like missing part of the back cover. For lovers, Charlton's For Lovers Only 87. This was in pretty nice shape. And at DC, when they did this, they printed like black. I think it's issue 119. Our Fighting Forces 119. 12 center. And 117. That's pretty cool stuff. This is in lower grade. I try to avoid the lower grade stuff, but like, you know, when you're just grabbing a pile and building a pile, it's, you know, you sometimes get some duds. 116. That's cover detached and has water damage. This is one of the few romance books. I think this is a Ditko cover. Correct me if I'm wrong, just by looking at it. It's Ghostly Haunts 56 from Charlton. You know, it's difficult to do the page count on Charlton books because the size of the pages vary so much, like within a book. It's really kind of crazy. Anyway, that's going to Horror Night on Monday. Then I got Girls Love 162. Hear me, Bob. After what happened, the wedding is off. Oh, what happened? You'd have to read to find out. Marvel, Our Love Story number 4. Stay away from her. She's Joe Howard's chick. Another Marvel, Our Love Story 34. Oh, something's bothering her. Oh, Peter, darling. How many lonely nights must I spend waiting for your call, knowing that you spend those nights with her? Yeah, maybe it's time to move on. Our Love Story 36. What's wrong with me? Why can't I keep a boy? Just Married from Charlton 111. Somebody wrote some stuff on it. Another Charlton, Young Brides number 8. These were actually in pretty good shape. These are cool. Black Hawk 233 and 230. These are like in the 6 to 7 range, maybe 7.5, and 229. This is like when the Black Hawk, they didn't know what to do with it. They have like robots and they give them superhero monikers and stuff. Weapons Master, the Leaper. Olaf becomes the Leaper. And Chop Chop is Dr. Hands. At least, well, it's better than Chop Chop. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 29. This is kind of beat up. An X on her face. Somebody X'd out her face. And wrote good with a backwards G on her head. Young Romance, I think this is 208. Time for Love, number 43 from Charlton. This is cool. Our Army at War 162 with Sergeant Rock teaming up with the Viking Prince. I never knew about that one. I grabbed a Western. This is pretty nice shape. Two Gun Kid 88. This is an awesome Joe Kubert cover. Enemy Ace number and Star Spangled War Stories 138. Unfortunately, missing a little chip up there, but that is just an awesome Joe Kubert cover. It's probably my favorite cover that I picked up today. Captain Savage and his Battlefield Raiders. Was it Leatherneck? I don't know. Number 13. This one is for the PC because it's from 1972 and I didn't have it. It's Young Love number 95. I think I might now have all the Young Loves from 72. He's here again, Mark on the man side. But this month the girl strikes back. How to Get Boys to Date You. There he is, Nicole. Who is it? Him or me? I don't know where I belong, in Johnny's arms or with Peter. Oh, that's PC. Yeah, that's going into the personal collection. This is a pretty nice one. I think this is issue 17. It's so hard with Charlton. War Heroes. This one was a fun one. The TV show I wasn't familiar with because it came out like when I was born. It's THE, T period H period E period cat. And believe it or not, it's Robert Loggia. Like, I only remember Robert Loggia from, like, the 80s and forward. Right? He was in, oh, God. No, he was in Jagged Edge, right? And he was in a lot of Law and Order and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Or maybe I'm thinking of Philip Bosco in the Law and Order. Anyway, Robert Loggia. So that's pretty cool. I don't remember the cat. That happens sometimes with these TV shows that were like one season. I think that ran, I don't even know if it ran for a full, it was 20, I think it was 26 episodes. That's a pretty cool Lalo Schifrin opening theme song. Charlton, Fighting Army 86. This is an issue number 1 of My Only Love from Charlton. Keep away from me, Ed. You've had your chance and now I don't want you near me. Ed screwed up. GI Combat, another one of these, like the black numbering 133 on the dark blue background. Like 123. It's easier for me to see like on the computer screen with the light. This one I picked up. It's pretty lower grade. I do have a couple of these 9/8 possibilities. There's a newsstand of Marvel Tales 233 with McFarlane original X-Men. So that was it for the those books. Then I just went around and picked up a few here and there, and I did dig. One vendor, $1 each, a Punchline number 1. And boy, this book was the book to get like, what, three and a half years ago? Hawkeye number 1. Kate Bishop. This isn't even really like a first appearance or anything. I guess it's our first solo series. I don't know. But this was like, I don't even remember what in a 9/8. And now I had like 9/8s that, they were like $250 and then they were $30. So there was no shortage of these. I think I bought a lot of like 5 of them on eBay one time. Any rate, it was $1. I can't get the sticker off. Then there's a guy, he's usually set up there. He usually has some better books, but he had like 3 for $10. So I grabbed Star Trek Marvel number 1, adaptation of the motion picture from 1979. Then this is the one, and I want to note it as such. This is the book that's, I think, is high enough grade to be slabbed. I love this cover. It's not necessarily a key, but other than a cover. So I'm just gonna put that in the slab box. It doesn't need a press for sure, but it's pretty clean. Detective Comics 570, awesome Alan Davis cover with Joker and Catwoman. I really enjoyed the Detective Comics run from this era, with Jason Todd as Robin. And he also had some Flaming Carrot comics, 17 and 29 and 22. And then to make it multiple 3, I picked up a copy of Kingdom Come. This is issue number 3, right? Book 3. Pretty sharp copy. I like to put those together and put the set together. But then there's another guy. It was boxes I already went through. I went through again. It was like $3 a book. I'm going to do this as a giveaway. I picked this up last time. There were several copies. He goes, oh, it's a distributor pack. Sharp Corners. It's a Pizza Hut thing, right? But it's a cool giveaway. Wonder Woman 90, Pizza Hut reprint. Then first Capwolf in Captain America 405. And then I picked up this. This is the third printing of New Mutants 100. There were 3 printings. The first printing is a blue background. Then the second printing is the white background with gold lettering. And the third printing is white background with silver lettering. But this is very much mid-grade. Then I think these two were 2 for $5. I picked up this. It's a reader copy. It is Doom Patrol 92. Somebody scribbled all over it. It's the first appearance of Dr. Time. So that's kind of fun. That actually, I'm sorry, that is PC as well. I'm going to throw that in the PC along with the 72 book. And then this is kind of beat up, but, you know, Valiant Nintendo book, Captain N, the Game Master number 2. Not one of the better Valiant series. I picked up this from the next vendor. It was 3 for $5, I think. First cover appearance of Throg. And then I think this is an underappreciated book. It's a George Perez cover of Wonder Woman and Lobo. I don't know if we'll see a matchup of those two characters in the DCU, but I still think it's a cool cover. And then there was a decent copy of a Bronze Age Cap. So for $1.33, why not? So that does it for the haul. You know, again, some fun books to get because those war and romance books you don't see too often. And I like to put together those genres because I know there are collectors of that. And, you know, I can get them into the hands of people that really appreciate it. There are some books that I'll pull. I'm thinking of maybe those Black Hawk books because they're in pretty nice shape. But I'm right now, in terms of 60s DC, non-hero stuff, I'm going down the Sea Devils rabbit hole. You know, there's also Rip Hunter Challenges the Unknown. Black Hawk is a deep one because that goes all the way back to quality comics in the Golden Age. And it was one of the few continuously published titles from, along with what it would, I guess, from the early 40s, other than that went all the way into the late Silver Age, right through the Silver Age. Other than Black Hawk, you have action, detective, adventure, World's Finest, Superman and Batman, and Wonder Woman. And that's it. Because Superboy was later. Superboy was late 40s. And then something like G.I. Combat was later. And some of those other books that did last for a long time. Some of the Marvel books and, like, you know, things like House of Mystery, etc. So anyway, that's the haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a fun time putting it together. A fun time going out there. And if you enjoyed the video, you could check out a couple of my other videos here. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.